In this video, I just want to explain what it means to be a challenge to a man. You'll hear a lot from dating coaches that one of the main reasons why men lose interest and pull away is when you stop being a challenge. So this video is for you if you come across men who end up losing interest in you, but it will also be helpful to women who have never been a challenge to a man and are looking to build a foundation for their seduction game. I personally find the phrase to be a challenge a bit too broad and very much open for interpretation. So when I was told to be a challenge to men, I honestly did not get it, and I confused it with playing hard to get the unhealthy way. So I engaged in negative behavior with men, such as taking hours to respond to text messages, pretending not to care when I was already very much attached, flirting with a man, then pulling back in the hope that he will chase me, and sending mixed signals and doing the hot and cold thing. I was doing these things thinking that this is what is required to get a man to fall for me. Over the years, and having seen only poor results, I came to realize that my own understanding of being a challenge was completely wrong. There is a major difference between playing hard to get and actually being hard to get, which is what I suggest is the same as being a challenge. The main difference is that in being hard to get, you are authentically someone who values herself, while in playing hard to get, you are just acting as if you value yourself, but you do not carry the energy of high self-worth in you. And that shows up sooner or later in your behavior. And when it does show up, because you cannot be acting forever, that's when a man realizes that he fell for an illusion and not the real you. The whole game then turns against you because the man will feel cheated and will lose interest even harder. Okay, now that we made a clear distinction between being hard to get and playing hard to get, let's now talk about the 5 ways that I suggest you can be a challenge in a healthy way. Number 1, having a full life. So, as simple as it may sound, having a full life is the easiest and most organic way to being a challenge to a man. Because if you have so many great things going on for you, a man will feel he has to measure up and rise to the occasion and meet you where you are at. All that without you trying anything but living your life. So ladies, be a challenge in a healthy way by simply filling your life with positive, uplifting, enriching activities that make you fall in love with your life every day. Number 2, having reasonable boundaries. So having reasonable boundaries and showing your ability to enforce them will earn you the respect and admiration of men. In their mind, they will be thinking, here's a woman who knows what is acceptable and what is not for her, and is not afraid to say no when necessary, at the risk of maybe upsetting a man or losing him altogether. In most cases though, you will never lose a man over enforcing boundaries. Quite the opposite. Not only he will be even more attracted to you, but also your attitude will force a man to always be in his best behavior and treat you well. Number 3, not getting attached quickly. Attachment and bonding are natural consequences of being with a man. You just can't help it. So the advice here is not to get attached at all, but it's to try and control the pace at which you get attached to a man. This is important because getting attached means your emotions are running the show and your rational, logical side has lost control over your decision-making process. When you are attached, you lose your ability to be rational, and therefore you lose your power. So if you want to be a challenge to a man, you need to remain in control of your thinking by keeping your rational mind awake and alert. In practice, you will be presented with choices that will have very different outcomes if you let your emotions decide versus if you think rationally. And that is when you need to make a point that you will go for the rational decision, and that will convey a strong signal to a man that you're not led by your emotions. Number 4, being intriguing and mysterious. So mysterious and enigmatic women have always been a challenge to men. So any attitude or behavior that makes a man wonder, think, try to guess is going to be a challenge. Men will think, who is she? Why is there so much mystery about her? Why can't I know such and such thing about her? And the same goes for your feelings for him, you know. You don't have to tell a man right away that you like him, even if you do. Your actions will show that you like him, but he will always wonder if you really do, because you have not confirmed it with words. And the fifth and last point here is to cultivate an aura of unpredictability so that he never gets bored of you and his attraction doesn't fade away. Now, some people will tell you to use dark tactics to achieve unpredictability, but my take on how to be unpredictable in a healthy way with a man is simply by embracing unpredictability in your own life and becoming comfortable with the unknown. For example, you can try to navigate a day without having a plan and knowing exactly what you're going to do at any minute, and remain open to surprises and trying new things. This way, you will become unpredictable organically because you are unpredictable even to yourself.